Episode. Hello geeks bros and welcome back to another episode on the Drayton Town Career Mode. I just want to apologise for getting this episode out. Has been a long time since the last episode, but it has probably given people a chance just to catch up in relation to the other episodes and what has gone on into here. So this is going to be a very good episode, I can tell you that now. Into January, along sort of kind of a long month. Obviously December you play 6 or 7 games and it all starts to build up with the midweek games. Here we start with the cup game against Peterborough United and hopefully a good game against Peterborough. The kits had to play in our away kit because their pink kit was very light and it almost looked very white as well. So it sort of coordinated with us, so it went just easier to change all the kits. But this is kind of one of the games where you expect to go out, but Peterborough have a weird habit of not being very good, and we managed to go in front after 14 minutes. A great header from Robbie. It was a really good cross from Kean, and Robbie scores a header again in this competition, which he seems to be doing a lot. But yeah, Peterborough just one of them teams where they're not really overly fantastic when it comes to the big occasion. They seem to bottle it. They did have a fantastic chance. It was really well worked, but Eafc spread his legs really well, and it was a very decent save. A couple of early chances in the first half, and no chances really happened till the second half here. It's a kind of a good header off the line. I don't know how close it was to be going over the line, but in the replay conclusive, it didn't say how far it was. Ocean did really well, cuts it back into Robbie. It's a good shot, very good save from the Peterborough goalkeeper, and it goes for a corner. But in terms of the crossing the line, it looked like, well, I suppose it hit him and went back, but it wasn't too far before crossing in to make it 1-1. And then Drayton with a header should have scored. He heads it wide. I think he can't believe he missed, but literally 5 minutes later from the corner, Dean gets up, challenges it. Ball goes in the air. Drayton just calmly relaxes and then just sort of heads it into the goal. Kind of a downward header, I suppose, but it's Drayton's first goal of the season, I believe. I'll need to check and see if that is accurate and if he's not scored before. But it's a big win for us. As I said, Peterborough weren't very good. They had a couple of chances, but that was about it. A very poor side, especially when, like I said, when it comes to big occasions in real life, they don't seem to do it and they bottle it. So kind of just the same in this game, I suppose. So that's one cup game done in the Bristol Cup, whatever you want to call it. Now it's time for the FA Cup, where Ocean is actually the top goal scorer, 5 goals. But this is only the third round. We got lucky in playing Barrow. I thought that was a penalty. He went down looking for a penalty, but it could have been a penalty. I'm not too sure. And then Mikey does really well into Jax. He hits it really well, and it's just over the bar. I made a lot of changes just for the fact of the played in midweek in the cup and trying to freshen the team, and more changes here. Alfie does well, puts through Jax, hits it. It's a fantastic save. I tried to keep it alive, tried to put it in the back stick for Robbie, but it didn't work out. And then Robbie does well to intercept there. Great ball into Ocean. What a touch that is, and what a save from the goalkeeper. Palms it away for a corner, but Barrow defending really well here. They're actually a decent side. I think they went into the playoffs in League 2 in real life. Mikey tries to go up for a header. It falls to Alfie. It's a good little touch. Just tries to reset it. Dean goes to hit it. It's blocked. Then Drayton into Robbie. Shoots again. And another good save from the goalkeeper. Really pile on the pressure towards sort of the end of the half. But this time I went deeper. More power. In the corner, up towards Robbie. Heads it across the goalkeeper. And finally, we go 1-0 up right before half time. It was only what we deserved. Barrow won in the game whatsoever. And yeah, just a matter of time before we did score, which Robbie did that with a really good header. And then in terms of the second half, Ocean just bombs through, looking for more goals, hits the post, falls to Kean. What a block and save that is. That is absolutely fantastic from both the defender and the keeper to keep it at 1-0, and Robbie gets up with the header, but it's over the bar. But yeah, Barrow really defending really well, and then out of nowhere, and I mean out of nowhere, they equalised 10 minutes into the second half. It was a kind of a good header into the far corner, but it's so poor for us to concede. I was really annoyed with the way that we conceded. And then to make matters worse, with 20 minutes to go, unchallenged, he just runs into the box and smashes it left-footed into the far corner to make it 2-1 to Barrow. Absolutely, completely against the run of play. And it looked like that we were going out of the FA Cup, but with 4 minutes to go, Joey does well, cuts it into Paul, thinks about it. It looked like he was going to curl it into the far corner, and in the end, he just smashes it and went for power in the opposite direction and equalises to make it 2-2. And it looks like it's going to a replay, to be fair. More games that we kind of don't want, just want to get it over and done with, especially in the cup competitions. But we forced everyone forward. We left two at the back. I was proper going for it. Jax with one of the turns of the century in the 92nd minute just calmly slots it over the goalkeeper. Absolutely bedlam in that home end. Absolutely fantastic scenes and limbs everywhere. When I was playing it, I felt like I could go on and win it. Barrow wasn't very good. They scored 2 goals that they obviously didn't deserve and against the run of play, but absolutely fantastic scenes from us. We go through to the 4th round. If we get a big tie, that would be amazing. It could end our journey there in respect of who we get, but definitely looking forward to that. In terms of now, we've played our cup games. It's back to League 2 action away at Sutton United. Of course, the team that went down actually in real life, I believe it was them and Forest Green that went down. So trying to get a win would be nice. They actually nearly went in front. Ian made a really good save with his left arm. Really strong save it was to palm it away. And then from the corner, it was actually a decent corner here from Sutton. They put it into a very dangerous area. I thought it could have been a penalty. I'm not 100% sure. But as he put it in, he won the header. Tyler actually won it. It looked like it was a penalty there. Ian then looked like he was brave and did really well. And then just absolutely launches it out to Sam. Then he's got to beat 4 people here, all coming in. It's wet, it's windy. And then Sam just goes all the way and absolutely hits a rocket into that far corner. What a counter-attack that was. What a finish that is from Sam. Absolutely battering strike. No keeper is saving that. What a finish. Just looking at it on the replay. Don't normally do things on the replay, but what an effort that is into the far corner. And it is 1-0 to us really early doors. Sutton had a chance from the edge of the area, but nothing really to sort of worry us about. And then after half an hour, they sort of came back into the game really well. The pitch was awful to play on, especially when it's windy and wet. And it's a good goal. It's a fine strike into the far corner to make it 1-1. Of course, this guy here who scored again gave us a lot of problems in the cup game earlier on in the season. And then Paul wins a header here. It falls to myself. A very awful touch, but it looks like to do a power shot. And I tell you what, that wasn't far away to going in, and that could have been one of the strikes of the season. And then late into the game, 5 minutes to go, didn't want to really lose it and concede. Would have been completely unfair and against the run of play, really. But it was a good save from Ian as Ocean picks up a yellow card and we draw the game. So a disappointing draw, but of course we played a lot of games already this episode, and we've got another game in the cup here. Northampton could have gone in front, but what a block that is from Ian. Fantastic last line of the defence it was. And then Tyler did well here down the left. Loses his marker into Dave, goes all the way, tries to cut in. It's a very good save. Almost gets there from Robbie, just couldn't quite get his toe on the end of it to score. But yeah, I'm surprised that the cup game for this was completely like the next sort of cup game, really. It was really weird the way they did this. Ocean did really well into Tyler. Beats his man, hits it low and hard into the corner, makes it 1-0. Completely deserved as well. We've played well in these sort of cup competitions. Not many teams seem to be handling us. And when we play sort of fast attacking football like this, and look, just straight through the middle, Ocean did really well. Dave manages to stay on the side. I thought I was off as I ran through, but Dave sort of calm and collected, just dinks it over the goalkeeper, makes it 2, and looks like he's sending us through to the quarterfinals, because Peterborough was the first game after the group stage, so this is the second game, and then I think it's the quarters next, and it goes into obviously the semis and the finals. But a really good goal. It was to capitalise on a quick counter-attack that sort of won us the game, really. A couple of moments in that second half, 2 goals. I had to rotate the team as well, bring people on, just because we've played 3 cup games already now and only 1 league game. So very interesting to see how we get on going forward. Back to League 2, absolutely rubbish first half against Bradford. So boring. It was in the away day when we played Bradford when we were up there. It was absolutely so boring. But Sam, again, what a strike that is. He is absolutely lighting the show up with them power shots into the far corner. Absolutely fantastic. Gives us a 1-0 lead over a good Bradford side as well. They're sort of patient and play really well. They do get the equaliser, well-worked goal from them, but they're just so defensive. play not the boring football, but they just don't really advance with it, and they're happy to sit back. 5 minutes to go, we almost won it, but it was a poor header from Drayton. Just uses too much of his height really to header it over, and it ends 1-1. So another draw in the league game, kind of what we're not wanting. But as I said, we're playing a lot of cup games, a lot of rotation. Players are getting used. Here we got Swansea, a championship tie. So it is a good team to play against. Probably not the best team because they're probably the lower end of the championship. They're not overly a fantastic side in the championship. I wouldn't be worried about them really, because they're not really that good. Really good football from us. What build up that was from the start of the back. Jax goes through. It's a very good save. The defender didn't clear it. Falls to Tommy. Really smart finish from Tommy, because the keeper looked like he was going to save it with his legs, but Tommy just poked it through the middle, through the gap of his legs, and it is 1-0 to us. And then literally early into the second half, Jax did well, didn't want to play it there. Really good football. Tyler hits it. What a save that is from the Swansea goalkeeper. Almost gives us an advantage on our lead. And then Robbie with the header, always going to win that at the front post, but heads it over the bar. And then Swansea had a really big chance to equalise, but they wasted it there. I looked like it was going to clatter him. I thought it was a foul. Thought I did touch him, but clearly not. The referee didn't deem it as that. Mikey Strength did really well. Sam with the ball over the top into Ocean. It's a good touch, but the second one's not as great. Palms it up. It's a decent save. The keeper and the defender get in each other's way, and Mikey is just there to chip it over. I went to switch the player and shot, but it ended up being a chip shot. And in the end, it went in the back of the net, and we go 2-0 up away at Swansea. And then that is the game, as Chris takes someone out at the end of the game. But that is the game. It's a big win against the championship side. Yes, they are a championship, but they're not quality, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's one of them lucky ties that you can get. So maybe in the next round, we might get a better side that could give us a good run for the money, especially in that cup game, because we're unbeaten in all cup competitions at the moment. The only game that we lost was to Blackburn, I believe, on penalties in the Carabao Cup. So we even drew that game. So technically we are still unbeaten. This is the cup game again, another cup game. So we were only going to play 2 league games all episode, which is weird. So it's going to be a lot of games in hand, which could come in handy towards the end of the season. I thought about hitting it here with Drayton. I did in the end, but I thought about hitting it further back. But we have Fleetwood at home here. This is in the final 16. Then we're going to go into the quarters. Whoever wins this game will then obviously go into the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. I think it's definitely the semis. I'm not 100% sure. Have to check that out. Another good header from Robbie. Decent save. A lot of pressure from these corners. I always fancy us scoring from the corners. Dean almost gets there. Paul could have gone down and won a penalty. One of them ones that looked like it could have been a penalty. And then that comes to nothing. And then Fleetwood tried to play out. I don't know what they're doing. Load of pressure from us. They couldn't handle it. And then Joey just slots it into the far corner. A lot of pressure I felt like we could go and win the game. Fleetwood kind of tried to do the same. They wanted to push and attack us. And it backfired absolutely massively. So we do win, and we do go through to the next round of that. But we'll see if it's the semis or the quarters. Next time we'll do the episode. In terms of that, we're knocked off top of the league for the first time ever, but we do have a game in hand, and we actually have 2 over Notts County as well. So as I said, us being in the cup a lot does make a difference in terms of the fixtures when it does come later on down in the episode. Still unbeaten, only lost 2 games. And they're both away games that we've lost, but we're still unbeaten at home as well. But we have drawn a lot of games. Clean sheets are looking really good. 6 each for Alfie and Sov. Finally, Alfie is getting some clean sheets as well. Obviously, we're playing a lot of cup games, which is really good. Ian on 9, so he's 1 away from double figures as well. So hopefully we can keep just a few more clean sheets. Would be happy. In terms of goals, Mikey and myself, 13 and 12. Ocean on 11 and Robbie on 11, so 4 people in double figures. Normally it's only like 1 or 2, so I'm happy that 4 players are on double figures. Swagbo, absolute screamers that he's hit in a couple of these episodes as well. Finally on 7, so he's pushing up there. Same as Tyler as well. He's doing quite well, and same as Jax. Neil on 5, but unfortunately he's still injured and he's not coming back for I guess like a long time yet. So he's still going to be missing. So hopefully we do get him back and he makes an impact when he does come back, because we're going to need these players. It does make a difference in the squad as well. And in terms of the fixtures, just a quick glimpse who we do have. But in terms of the fixtures that we did play, as you can see, Sutton and Bradford were the only league games that we played. So many cup games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cup games, all winners, all fantastic results as well. Really pleased about that. So that's going to wrap up January. I'll get February out as quickly as I can, guys. But I really do appreciate your support. Check out other videos on the channel as well. Like if you're new around here, subscribe as well. It is free and it does appreciate it from my side.